Hi, my name is Noel Batten. As a qualified natural therapist specialising in autoimmune disorders, particularly Parkinson's disease and multiple sclerosis, I am astonished at how much money some patients and their families spend on amalgam removal, supplements, diets and all kinds of therapists whose training is completely absent of the information that actually works to help these rigidity autoimmune patients overcome their suffering. The whole natural health industry, from chiropractors down to dietitians, is totally on the wrong track when it comes to Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis and other similar rigidity autoimmune disorders. Completely on the wrong track. The information taught in natural health colleges about rigidity disorders doesn't even come close to finding and overcoming the real causes of these disorders, even though some of the answers were published in this book by Dr. James Parkinson 200 years ago. The major natural health colleges teach students which supplements to recommend for certain rigidity symptoms and disorders, and as a result, everybody just blindly follows everyone else like thousands of white sheep running over a cliff, not even having any idea that diets and supplements don't have any effect in overcoming the symptoms of these disorders. Listen to these Parkinson's and MS patients I treated who spent thousands of dollars on amalgam removal, diets and an enormous amount of different supplements and herbs and potions to no avail. This particular case of the medical diagnosis of Parkinson's disease for my client Keith Atwood is a very conflicting one. Normally, a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease or multiple sclerosis is made through observation of a patient's symptoms or by finding lesions on the brain or spinal cord through an MRI. This case was different though, confirming yet again that doctors and neurologists really don't have a definite way to tell if either of these diseases even exist, let alone if a patient has one of them. Keith's GP and a physician he referred him to had a diagnosis technique that was very different to medical protocol. His physician suggested he have an endoscopy to see if he had any stomach ulcers, which, according to him, indicates that a person has Parkinson's disease. When the endoscopy found Keith had no stomach ulcers, the physician claimed that he could tell if Keith had Parkinson's disease by putting him on the Parkinson medication, Medipar. He told Keith that if the Medipar caused his symptoms to reduce, that was a definite sign that he did in fact have Parkinson's disease. Now, after interviewing and carrying out hundreds of natural assessments on patients who were medically diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, by doctors and neurologists in 8 different countries, I have never heard of patients being diagnosed with either of these two concepts. I must also ask if this physician truly believes that if taking Medipar doesn't reduce the symptoms of Parkinson's disease, that a person doesn't have Parkinson's disease. Well, won't that mean that if patients already taking Medipar but are getting no benefit, that they were either misdiagnosed or they're cured? I have to ask this because I've met quite a few Parkinson's patients who have been taking Medipar for quite some time and have felt no benefit. This case sure does open a Pandora's box, doesn't it? If you'd like to know more about this subject and read medical journals that support my belief, please read my book, Parkinson's Disease and Multiple Sclerosis Don't Actually Exist. I'm sure you'll find it very interesting reading.
Keith John.
Keith John Atwood?
Yes. Ipswich.
Okay. And how long ago were you diagnosed?
Unofficially for about 6 years.
Unofficially?
Without a neurologist saying anything.
So just your GP?
Yes.
Okay, so he's declared that you have Parkinson's disease because of your symptoms?
Yeah, he thought the only way if I was going to do an endoscope down into the stomach to have a look, and when I stood up, it looked like he could have Parkinson's. So he told my GP, and then we tried.
Who told your GP?
Oh, the guy that did the scope.
That's right, yeah, the stomach ulcers and
Right.
so on. I've got acid reflux in the stomach. I take a acid lowering drug.
Right. But no stomach ulcers?
No.
Okay. Right. And then he recommended you talk to your GP about Parkinson's?
Yes. And he suggested, well, the only way he can do a quick diagnosis is to take the medication known as Matapar. He said, if you feel any better from it, he said, you must have Parkinson's because it doesn't affect anything else. And that's how he started. As you increase the dosage to overcome your problems.
The Metapar?
Yes. So that you get side effects kicking in.
So when you got negative side effects, that's when he suggested you see a neurologist?
Yes.
Right. You went on Metapar first, then they gave you a different type of Metapar, correct?
Well, it's all based on levodopa.
That's right.
But this was but then they gave me this other one and then a triple point there, 200 milligrams from something else, and that's what I wanted to get the shotgun out and blow my brains in.
Right.
My GP is Dr. Alan Grigg, G-R-I-G-G.
And he's in Ipswich?
Yes.
And who's the physician?
A good name for Dr. Careless.
Oh.
David Careless, yes. He sent me to a neurologist with Karen Green, and I was too hard basket for her, so she sent me to another one, and that was Anne Selbeck. That's right, Selbeck.
What have you tried other than what the medical profession offers? You tried herbs.
I got a lot of stuff.
Can you show them to me,
Yes,
please?
you can have.
Just put them on the table, just up your end there, that'll be good.
Yeah.
I've been dealing with a chiropractor because I read it in your manual.
Right, so you read my book and then you went to a chiropractor, and did you find any help at all from that?
I think it made me arrested after my problems getting worse.
Immediately after an adjustment, did you notice any improvement from the adjustment?
No, I couldn't say I did know.
Okay, all right.
You said
Rescue remedy, that's good, that's
yeah.
good.
And
Coenzyme Q10, that's actually the practitioner course.
um,
How long have you been taking the B-complex?
we are long time.
Did you have swollen ankles?
I have now anyway.
You have now anyhow, okay.
If you're taking B complete, what are the B6 and B12?
Just a boost.
Just extra?
Yeah.
Okay.
what you're doing this time is you're putting heat around that lump in your Achilles tendon at the back of your heel to just warm it up a bit before you try and jog, right?
I was able to massage the lump. It didn't hurt at all, hardly.
Excellent. So you know that you've got to keep massaging it and keep massaging it, keep working that lump out, keep the heat on it, and make sure you warm it up first before you run every time.
Yes.
Excellent. My next example of how natural health colleges teach practitioners to promote supplements and services that are useless to overcome autoimmune symptoms to cause everyone to follow each other over the cliff while having a complete absence of knowledge on how to actually help these suffering patients is my shocking story of Parkinson patient Betty Green. This case in particular is an absolute disgrace to the health profession, medical and natural. Betty had a spinal scoliosis so severe you could see it 2 blocks away on a foggy day in New York, and yet 24 practitioners, medical and natural, missed it completely. Not one of them even had a look at Betty's back when she told them she had a pain here every time she breathed in. Not one of them. This case easily examples how medical, chiropractic and natural therapy colleges have got it completely wrong when it comes to helping suffering patients overcome the symptoms of rigidity autoimmune disorders. This case makes me almost ashamed to admit that I'm a natural health practitioner. If this is how we're going to treat our women who give birth to our children later on in their mature years, then someone needs to take a darn close look at the health industry, the training of all practitioners, and which ones are allowed to treat autoimmune patients like Betty. Nobody in the health industry has got this right because the information that works to help them, like the 3 truthful causes of Parkinson's disease documented 200 years ago, is continually being ignored. When you sit up, I'll see if I can help you get rid of that pain. Alright? Oh, just let me, just describe to me exactly what the pain feels. When you breathe in deep,
It hurts right there.
it hurts like heck. And it's like a sharp pain,
No, it stays there.
a dull ache.
It's dull or not, it hurts.
Point to exactly where it hurts. Underneath your arm, around under your rib cage, around your rib cage there. But when you're breathing shallow, it doesn't hurt at all. Alright. It sounds like an air pocket, but it could be a muscle that you're stretching. When you breathe, when you stretch your rib cage, it could be you're stretching.
It feels more like it.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to touch though, right? It's on the inside, or does it hurt to touch?
So when you push it, it doesn't hurt.
Oh,
No, so it's on the inside. All right. But when Bernie grabbed you, did you feel like you cracked a rib or anything like that?
it just hurt something terrible.
It hurt suddenly?
He didn't need it, he put all the
Sorry?
He didn't stop, he just, it tightened up.
All right. All right. If we can't get rid of it, we've got to consider that it could be a cracked rib. Okay? Get this. There. How long ago were you diagnosed with Parkinson's?
4 years.
What's the name of the neurologist who carried out the diagnosis?
Dr. Nitka,
Yeah.
Nitka,
What hospital was he at?
Lutheran, in Wheat Ridge, Colorado.
Colorado. How long have you had trouble walking?
It's been 4 years ago.
4 years ago that's when it started.
Yeah.
This is all the supplements you've had Betty on?
Yes,
And these are all the practitioners here that you've seen on these cards here?
that's correct.
And this is your primary care physician here?
Dr. Berger.
Paul Berger, MD.
Yes.
Okay. And you got more over here on the other cabinet? And nothing seems, well, look at her, she's just getting worse, isn't she?
Yeah.
What is this in the cupboard here?
Yep. Thyroid energy, which Dr. Berger recommended.
Recommended. Yep. How much money do you think you've spent on supplements over the last 4 years? What do you think the dollar worth is on the supplements and herbs?
Supplements and the herbs has got to come to at least $25,000, maybe $30,000.
Okay. When this gets really tight, she can't get blood to her hips and her thighs, so that's why she can't use her legs. All makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now, if the blood can't get to there, it can't get down to the hips.
Oh, sure.
And that's why when this gets really tight, she can't get blood to her hips and her thighs. See that?
Got a little line
See
going
that
there.
line there?
Yeah, yeah.
So the blood's coming here, but not there. Got to get the blood going. If the blood doesn't go, she won't be able to use her legs. Now the next thing is you need to, push your legs on the floor to help blood flow through your thigh muscles. Now this should be every time you're in the wheelchair. You should take the opportunity to push down on the floor to work yourself backwards to encourage blood to flow into your thigh muscles.
Right now you have your weight on your right side.
So move
So you should pick your left foot up.
That's it. That's
there
it.
you go.
Perfect. That's
there
it.
you go.
Don't lean too. Oh, look! Don't lean too far forward. Stand. That's it.
Think about standing up. You gotta look where you're going, remember? You gotta look up and see where you're going.
Yes.
There you go. That's perfect.
Concentrate on the knees. That's it. That's it.
There you go.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Beautiful.
You're doing it, Betty.
Relax on the inside while you're doing it if you can.
But you gotta look up. Remember, keep that head up so you can see where you're going.
Be proud of yourself, girl. This is excellent.
She lifted her head up by herself.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're gonna switch hands, okay?
Excellent, excellent.
Go, girl.
Oh,
Look at you. You're giving me chills.
excellent. This is excellent.
Because we had a torch.
Is that
You
it?
put that torch under you and got your fire lit? Or is that what happened?
That's it.
Put your head up, honey.
I'm really proud of you, girl, because on Sunday when we arrived, you couldn't use your legs, could you?
No.
They were just pieces of meat hanging off your body, weren't they?
Yeah, much.
Mush. And I mean, the tremors in your arms, you know now that all you got to do is look down at them, spread them out, relax them, and they stop, don't they?
Spread their right hand out.
Don't they?
There you go.
Now
There
look at your left hand. Look at it shaking. Look down at it. That's it. Now calm you. That's it.
There you go.
There you go.
Relax your shoulders. Let all that go. Relax it right through your shoulders.
That's it. That's the way.
Right down your neck, right down to your belly. Relax everything.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah.
Are you happy with the program? Jody and I doing what we do?
Oh, I'm proud of you both.
Are you? Good on you. You guys. Tears of happiness. Let them flow, girl.
Tears of happiness.
Let them flow. Hey? You know the answers now, don't you, love? It is my opinion, after reading the 3 causes of Parkinson's disease in Dr. Parkinson's book, and finding those same 3 causes in all the Parkinson's and MS patients I have assessed, and then witnessing how the more I can rectify those causes, the more those patients have improved, I believe there should be a law to stop doctors and neurologists from informing Parkinson's and MS patients that their symptoms are caused by substantia nigra atrophy and myelin degeneration. The reason I believe this is because this incorrect information has been responsible for causing millions of patients like Betty extended suffering and premature death. I want people to look a lot closer at this so more people can see the truth. As a Christian, it is my duty, according to the scripture, Ezekiel 3:18 to 21, to inform doctors and neurologists of my findings and to ask them to cease and desist. And if I didn't do this, once I'm aware of this injustice myself, I become just as much to blame. You usually use a cane, do you?
I use a cane when there's a crowd of people.
Right.
But like if I'm in the places where I'm comfortable, then I'll usually go without it.
So you'll walk from the car to the house without a cane?
Yeah, I'll walk from the car to the house without a cane. We'll go to church without a cane.
But I did notice that when you walk from the car to the house, you park the car out in the street, you stopped halfway or towards the steps to have a bit of a rest, and then you continued on.
Yeah, I have to kind of focus myself when I'm walking upstairs and stuff like that.
Righto, okay. So can I just get you walking now, like from here into the lounge room?
Sure.
You remind me of Stephen.
Really?
When you watched Stephen walk on the YouTube video, did you notice a similarity?
Very much so.
Yeah, alright.
So turn around and go back.
Yep.
I'm like a robot because my leg is so stiff.
And plodding. Just walk to me again.
Yeah, everyone can hear me walk through
Yeah.
the I can't sneak up on anybody.
Yeah. lift one knee up, and then before this one touches the ground, do a hop. And again. You can't do it that side, can you?
Right.
You can't do that standing on the spot, so there's no way you'd be able to jog.
Exactly.
All right, now that is your jogging exercise from now on.
Okay. Like everything that kind of led up to my first symptom had a lot to do with like my stress level.
Did your neurologist or your medical doctor bring any of this stuff up?
No, not at all. My medical doctor, his whole concern was, you show these symptoms, you fall in this box, so because you fall in this box, I want to medicate you with stuff.
And did you tell him that all this stuff happened?
Yeah.
And he ignored it?
Yeah, he ignored it.
And your neurologist, did you tell your neurologist?
Neurologist, yeah.
And he ignored it too?
Mm-hmm.
They just wanted to medicate you and...
Yeah.
Okay, didn't advise you to see a counsellor?
No, not at all.
What medication did they put you on?
They put me on Rebif.
Did it help?
No.
Did it cause any extra problems?
Yeah, what ended up happening, I became really, really tired when I would take the Rebif, and what I also noticed, I would break out into sweats, like really bad sweats. I would bend down to feed my dogs, and just I would break out in this massive sweat.
Right. Are you still on the Rebif?
No. Took the Rebif for 2 years. I took 44 MCGs 3 times a week, injections.
In the car you mentioned that when you got your amalgam fillings out, it cost you $15,000.
$15,000. Basically, when I first got diagnosed, I was told that a lot of people that have MS or what have you are suffering from mercury poisoning, and usually mercury poisoning comes from the amalgam fillings. So the question to me was, how many amalgams do you have? And I think at the time I had about 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the result was?
Nothing. It helped out like a tiny bit at the time, but I think like initially when it first occurred, probably that next week, my body like went to almost like a shock. Like I had even a harder time walking, and that subsided, and I was able to move around a little bit better, but nothing substantial like what we're doing now.
And how long did that last?
Maybe a couple months.
Couple of months.
Yeah.
And then it just went back to as bad again.
Yeah. So then from there it was, I've been doing physical therapy off and on. That really didn't help. And then I did the diet. So I switched up my diet. We initially went all for like 30, I think it was 30 days, all fruits and vegetables.
Right.
So I've done different cleanses, still nothing. I was just losing a bunch of weight, but my mobility didn't improve.
Right. Did you try any herbs and vitamins and things?
Yeah, I have a bunch of herbs and vitamins in the cabinet there. So yeah,
Okay.
herbs, vitamins, you name it. Anything and everything that I think you can possibly try to cure MS.
Yep.
I've done it, because that was another reason why my wife was really skeptical, because she's like, babe, I love you, but you're trying all these different things. Why don't you get with one and stick with it?
Yeah.
But for me, I knew I had done something for a while.
Yeah.
I wasn't making progress.
In that 4 years then, since you started with the amalgams,
Mm-hmm.
how much money do you think you've spent trying to get an improvement?
Oh my goodness. We go 15 on the teeth, easily 20, I'd say between 20 and 25 grand that I've invested in some form or fashion to work on my healing.
So that's before we came along?
Yeah, before you guys came along.
So then your 20 to 25 grand didn't give you any improvement?
No.
You actually got worse a little bit along the way since you started?
Yes.
And now in 5 days...
For a very minimal price, I've made.
You're walking again?
Yeah, I'm walking again.
And you're nearly jogging?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Not quite?
Yeah, for not even, for nowhere near what I initially invested, so.
Yeah, alright. Now, I've got to ask you another question, you can answer it or not.
Okay.
Are you like really cranky at the medical profession now?
I am. All the doctors can kiss my beautiful back end. because they feed you, they really feed you doom and gloom, because it's just, oh, you have these symptoms, so we're going to put you in this box.
Yeah.
So they put you in this box, regardless of what's going on. Now you're in this box, so now we have this medication to give you because you're in this box.
Right.
Take this medication and you'll get better. Even if you don't get better, it really doesn't matter, because the more we give you medication, the more you'll continue to come back to us.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah,
They're very disappointed.
yeah, very,
Now,
very.
do you agree with me that the training given to doctors and neurologists is wrong?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
So I want to see this program introduced into hospitals. I want to see physiotherapists and chiropractors working hand in hand with MS and Parkinson's patients.
Right.
Do you agree that that would be a big benefit to
That
those
would be a
patients?
huge benefit. Not big, huge.
Yeah.
Tremendous benefit to
Yep.
them. I haven't been able to do this in 4.5 years. Haven't been able to turn around like this. Still got some practice, but normally when I would turn around like this, I'd be on the ground. So I feel good.
Do it again.
Get up, squat down like this, and I can stay down and get down for like a couple of seconds or whatever. And then I can get up freely. Like even just from doing that, I can feel the blood circulating like through my legs. So, thank you, Noel. Thank you, Jody, for all that you guys are doing. Thank you guys very, very much.
Yes, we thank you. And what is the name of this amazing man?
Noel Back. Dr. Noel Back, the naturopath from Australia. Good day, mate.
Yeah, he's a wonderful man.
Yep.
If any of you out there are even open to holistic methods of healing, they work.
I don't have that much stress. You know, that's the beginning line. I don't think my stress levels are that bad.
Yeah, that's right.
And then, you know, we'll start the counseling, you know, the next day or whatever. And he'll ask questions. And then all of a sudden they realize how much stress they do have. People think stress of just going to work every day or just life in general, but they don't realize the deep stresses that you carry.
Right.
You know? And then by the time the second day is over, the third day, they're like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize. Because everybody's stress is different.
Right.
But you don't realize how it all
fits in. Yeah. All right, Herman, now we're down here at Manhattan Village Mall.
I haven't been in this mall in over 4 years.
Right.
So I'm not going to lie, I have a little bit of anxiety, but I'm breathing and working on that, because I'm actually really, really excited to be able to get up and walk
in, right.
Not have to hold on to my wife to do it.
So you've sort of avoided going to the malls because of your inability to walk.
Right, that's correct. Yep.
So today, you're going to break barriers.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, I'm excited.
Prepare your body and then walk in.
And remember, it's not concentrating on the walk.
Right.
Concentrating on relaxing or whatever
Relaxing.
Yep. That looks better now. I can see that the difference. Just like all the autoimmune patients I treat, including the patients in this Amalgam diet and supplements video, Herman had all three of the primary causes of Parkinson's symptoms mentioned in Dr. James Parkinson's book. This is yet another confirmation of my discovery that Parkinson's disease and multiple sclerosis are one and the same. The first of these three causes is extreme muscle stiffness pulling on the spine, and this back muscle photo of Herman clearly shows an uneven build-up of muscle on the right side of his spine, which created the second and third causes mentioned in Dr. Parkinson's book, spinal curvature, as seen in these photos, and abnormalities in the cervical spine, putting pressure on the brainstem, as seen in Herman's lateral cervical X-ray in a comparison with a healthy person's cervical spine X-ray. Now, there is no way that amalgam removal, diets or supplements could even come close to correcting these musculoskeletal problems. Also, keep in mind that the majority of Herman's causes for his symptoms were provoked by stress.
So I come out of hospital and I went to see an old naturopath of mine, and he said, oh, I've got 7 patients that are in remission and they're fine. So I started on I think about 10 months I was with him doing chronic amounts of, you know, supplements and vitamins, and we just couldn't afford to do that. I'm thinking maybe in the late teen thousands.
So up towards 20,000?
Up towards, yeah.
Over how many years?
Last 5.5. Just seeing different, you know, naturopaths and just, I don't know, others would call them quacks. They're not quacks. They know what they're on about.
The problem, Alison, is that, and I went through it too at college, and they teach you to go out into the world and sell supplements, the same way as they teach doctors to go out and sell prescription drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not good enough.
No.
And all the practitioners, once they get out into the world and treat people for a year, they realise it's not good enough.
Yep.
And they don't have any answers, any real answers.
Yep.
They have answers for disorders other than autoimmune disorders.
Yep. I've researched everything possible. I stopped sugar and wheat for a long time.
Yep.
And I certainly felt better. I stopped the dairy.
Yep.
I did that just before I went into hospital last time. So I've done all of the extreme things, and I certainly felt good, and you know, I'd lost a lot of weight, like a chronic amount of weight. Done probiotics till we couldn't afford it anymore.
Right.
Swallowed enough colloidal silver to turn blue, which I haven't, obviously.
Did that help?
I still make it because it's a great antibiotic. I won't give my kids antibiotics ever, and it cures their ear infections and, you know, little issues with them, not in terms of fixing my MS. So.
Yeah, yeah.
I think, iodine. Basically bathing myself in iodine, yeah.
Right.
What sort of caught me initially was the fact that my naturopath said, you know, you've had a very stressful life, and he knew my family's history and whatnot. So he said, you know, you've had a very stressful life. Right. And that just stayed in the back of my mind. But interestingly, my dad in the hospital said to me, he had told my mum, her mind crucifies her. And for something so profound to come from my dad, I was shocked. But
your dad told your mum that
my mind crucifies me.
You. Oh, okay. Well, he's right.
Absolutely, he was. And I only sort of figured out now that he's so right. But I couldn't have told you then he was right.
Yeah. So anything else? Acupuncture, acupressure?
Oh, the acupuncture, yep. Acupressure I've done.
Sherry, I found that on your bookshelf. It's called The MS Recovery Diet. And on the bottom there, it clearly says, take control of your health, change what you eat and live symptom-free. Now, this book should be thrown in the garbage bin because they're giving MS patients the wrong impression that diet can help them, thus leading them away from the truth that MS symptoms are caused by musculoskeletal problems. I'm so cranky at people like this, you know.
Well, I've tried some diets for MS, and none have given me the results that I've gotten in 5 days on your program.
So has information from any diet book or any diets helped you at all reduce your MS symptoms?
No.
How much money have you spent on supplements like vitamins and minerals and formulas to try along the way?
Well, between vitamin supplements, books, tapes, and the odd soothsayer, I would say in the last 10 years we've spent about $25,000.
And has any of it helped you?
No.
Alright, so this is day 5. I held your hands, but you walked significantly well. Whilst on Monday, when we started the program only 5 days ago, you pretty much couldn't feel any sensation in your legs at all.
None. They were just cold and numb and dead.
And sore from the cold, or you felt a bit of
aching, like a throbbing and purple in my feet.
Yep.
So much that when I got to Florida, we went for 10 days to Florida, when I got there, my sister was absolutely gobsmacked at how purple my feet were. Right. She was freaking out, like, you gotta get moving, girl.
Yeah.
You know?
So now, you've got redness all the way down to your feet.
Yeah.
When I massaged your feet today, unlike yesterday, your feet didn't go into a spasm.
Not the way they did yesterday.
Okay. So they're relaxing more and more,
Yeah.
getting the blood down to the feet easier.
Yeah.
And you felt great walking today, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I felt proud. I felt proud and I felt hopeful.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's good. Now, would somebody throw this book in the garbage bin, please?
Yeah, great.
So, your right leg, you've got to drag that, haven't you?
I have to pull it round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you can't bend the knee yet?
No.
No. All right. Well, Sherry, you're a real winner, girl. Look at this. Hey? Concentrate on the knee. Okay, stand there and relax. That's it. That's the way.
No, I need my walker.
We're not taking the scooter down the shops. We're just taking the walker because Sherry's improved so much that she's ready for the next level.
3 years since I walked through the door.
3 years since you walked through the door. Wow. So, okay, it took us a while to get here. How do you feel?
Proud.
Proud?
I knew you were going to help me. I just knew you would. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting us. Thank you for believing in us. You know, we're strangers.
Thank you for believing in me, because everybody hasn't believed in me. And they thought I was crazy to have you here. I'm not crazy.
Oh, no.
I'm not crazy. This is so good. Thank you. Thank you, Jody. Yeah, how will I let you guys go back? I can't.
Okay, guys, we've had an absolutely marvellous week.
Yes, we have.
Cheers to a wonderful, gutsy woman. And it's such a pleasure to work with you. Thank you for trusting us and inviting us over here, all the way up here to Calgary, Canada. And Marty, you're such an amazing husband to support your wife as you have.
Absolutely.
You got some real strength and love between you two guys, and
You do.
it's so motivating for Jody and I to have worked with you and know you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bosner.
Bosner,
And what were you diagnosed with?
with multiple sclerosis.
Yep. How long have you been bedridden?
I would say, 6 or 7 years ago?
Between 6 and 7
6
years,
and
for
7,
sure.
right.
So between 6 and 7 years you haven't been able to get out of bed.
Right.
I'm getting up to your toes now. That's why.
That's the most painful.
See, it's not hurting you down here now. I'm squeezing pretty hard now. So we've broken through that. All right. Can you see how
It seems
the more you bear with it,
yeah.
the easier it becomes. We get rid of the pain. We get blood circulating. It's this part of your foot that I've been rubbing is going red now. So you're getting blood down there, which is really good. So now we'll get through this, get the dead skin off, so the healthy skin can breathe, and then we can start working your toes.
Which really makes sense when you think about it. If the dead skin is preventing the healthy skin from breathing, and you get that off, and then continue to massage it, and it gets the blood circulating there, that could be the intermittent also.
Yeah. I'm pulling it back a bit.
Exactly. That's what did it. Yeah.
All right. So let's do this. Let's get that going again. All right. Let's work this dead skin off the back of your foot now. You all right?
There you go.
That's excellent. Now the skin there can breathe a bit.
You have it at this other marks.
Ouch.
I'll go and call.
You all right?
That hurts. I don't know what you were doing, but it hurts.
I'm putting my finger between your toes
Yeah.
just to spread them.
Yeah.
Got to get those tendons and muscles.
Karen says she read or heard that the fourth toe goes under the other ones when you have toxins.
No. I've treated cancer patients who are full of toxins and they didn't have curled toes. That goes, the fourth toe goes when the nerves that operate that toe are being pinched by a vertebra or strangled by excess muscle tension. It's got nothing to do with toxin. Feet are already starting to look better just getting the dead skin off.
She takes about 100.
About 100 a day?
Mhm.
Okay.
But it's all, you know, natural.
Mm.